Well, hello there, it's Brooke, and I'm going to start another What's for Dinner for you. So this What's for Dinner is going to come out of the Don't Panic Dinners in the Freezer cookbook. This is the first book. I have two of them. They do have two of them. These are fairly old, I do believe, but it has some good recipes, some favorites that we've used throughout the year. We used to do freezer cooking like once a month or once every couple of months. We don't do as much anymore just because I have more time at home. So we are going to make 3 recipes out of this, and tonight I will share with you the first one. The first one for tonight is called Sassy Sloppy Joes, and as you can see, we have made it before and we fine-tuned what we would like to use. So we always do the ×3, but then we divide it into 4, so that works really good for like a bag of 8 hamburger buns. And then it's pretty self-explanatory. You brown everything. I do not saute onion in the butter. I add the beef, the onion, and the celery all at once, and I just brown it, and then I drain it in my hot water. I do that with my chili, one of my chili recipes, so I just kind of do it with this. So I do not add the butter. I'm sure you get a different flavor if you do like the onion in the butter and everything, but I do not. And so we will be using 6 pounds of ground beef. So I have a big 5-pound chub and then 1 more pound just thawing them a little bit more in the sink. I already chopped all the celery up with my little Pampered Sept chalk burr. So there's the 3/4 cup of celery. This is my onion that I've already chopped and frozen, so I need to measure that out. I got my brown sugar, my salt, my ketchup. We tried these Village Hearth classic white hamburger buns last time I made Sloppy Joes just from like a can of mix, and they were delicious. So we got them again. And then I got my Worcester sauce, my lemon juice, my ground or dry mustard as they call it. Pretty sure same thing. And then my vinegar. I need water too, but I don't have that sitting out. I'm going to get to putting the celery and the meat and the onion into the frying pan, and I just use my big electric skillet, and then we'll drain, saute, and have a delicious meal. So here's my pan all browned and ready to go, but I hate all this grease. Like, we are just not a fan. So as I've showed before, I take it in my mesh strainer. I scoop it from there into my mesh strainer, have my water as hot as it goes, and get it nice and clean. Yes, that's probably weird, but that's how I do it. And then since I have such a big batch, I just get out my 9x13 pan. If you're just doing one, 1 pound will all fit in here. But since I'm doing 6, I need to do it like this. So here is the sauce all mixed together. I just thought that'd be easier. And then I'm going to stir this all in, and it says simmer covered for 30 minutes. So I'm going to have to turn it down, I'm thinking. Now this isn't a really like sloppy Joe. It's a sassy Joe, but it's not as dry as like a loose meat sandwich. I always think of from a tavern, if you're from Nebraska or wherever. I always think of the loose meat sandwiches from Roseanne. So it's kind of in between, you know, a tavern and a sloppy Joe. Because it does have, you know, sauce and flavor, but it's not just like gonna drip all over. Which is somewhat easier when you're trying to divide it up in the freezer bags. We have about 7 minutes left for this. I can give you a peeky peek inside. Of course, I turned it down a little and it's not simmering as much as it was like a roaring boil in there. And then I'm going to scoop out ours in here, and then I'll just leave the rest to put in the bags for when we're done eating, so then it can cool too. And then if you've never had these Famous Dave's sweet and spicy pickles, they are delicious. They're good with like a grilled cheese, and they're super delicious on your barbecue or sloppy Joe. And then we just have some pickle spears. I am making some seasoned fries in here, and then I just have those little corn niblets up in the microwave. I made them last time in the microwave and they turned out excellent, so I figured what the hell not. And of course air fryer, because it's hot in here and I don't want to turn on the oven. We're almost ready to eat. I think we might eat outside if it's not too cold. So I will show you what the finished product looks like, and well, we already know it's delicious. We eat it all the time. So, and we haven't had it in forever because I haven't wanted to make it. So it'll be nice to have some in the freezer. But I will show you the final product. Well, hey there. The next meal in our Don't Panic dinners in the freezer is a chicken tortilla soup. So I'm going to be getting that ready. It's going to be a lunchtime. My family's coming, so I just figured I'd make a little soup for lunch, and then we're going to go to a movie. So I'll show you the recipe, and then we'll just get to cooking the soup, and it'll just simmer until they get here. So there is the recipe. I am just doing the single serving, so this is what I all have. I did my rotisserie chicken hack for the chicken, where I just put chicken breasts and chicken thighs into the crock pot and then just shred it up when it's cooked. And then for the 5-ounce Rotella tomatoes, this is what I found. So it's a 10-ounce, so I probably will just use half, but they just don't have tomatoes. They only had tomatoes with the green chilies, so I don't know if that's what it meant or what. But I am just going to use half the can, and then we'll figure out something to use the other can half with, or maybe that'll just be if you want to sprinkle a few more on the top. And then we have the beef and chicken broth and tomato soup, cumin, chili powder, salt, lemon pepper seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, and Tabasco. And I have the green Tabasco. I think I have enough, but if I don't, I have some Frank's Red Hot. I have cheese, of course, and then I bought little things of guac for like dip and sour cream. I don't know if I'll use fresh diced tomatoes. Maybe I'll just put this out for the other half of that. And I do have fresh cilantro. Instead of doing this, I just have chips. Super easy recipe. You just saute the onion and garlic. You add everything else. You simmer, cool, and then if you are doing a freezer, you just put what you want in the freezer bag method. On serving day, if you do freeze it, you just thaw, reheat, and till it's hot. So we are just going to eat it today because I kind of like to try out the things before I make a big old like haul of it. So that's how we're gonna do it. So I got all my seasonings and stuff out here. This is my chicken. Got some of my onions that I minced. It says a medium onion. My mom's not a huge onion fan, so I'm just going to use this little bit that I have left. And we're going to get to sauteing. And I don't know what the dogs are doing, but I guess they think they're going to have some chicken tortilla soup. Do you? Oh, you're so cute and stretchy. Oh, so cute and stretchy. Right? What about you? No cute? No stretchy? I'm just going to use my little thing of olive oil. I don't want to use a lot of oil, especially because I use frozen onions. So they don't need to really, what do I want to say? They're kind of mushy when they thaw in the heat anyway, so it's not like they need to saute long. And then this is already kind of mushy too. So I put it on kind of a medium-high heat. It doesn't say, but that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll let this heat up and then we'll start sauteing. My other tortilla soup recipe puts corn in it, and I have this like open bag of frozen corn, so I think I'm just gonna dump it in there and it'll soften as it goes because it's literally chicken and tomatoes. So we're gonna give it a little bit more. And I can substitute for the not all the onion I put in there. Now we gotta get it to simmer it. Well, hey, I am back with another Don't Panic Dinners in the Freezer recipe for you. This is the last one of 3. We've already done, what was the first? Oh, my Sassy Joe's, and then the chicken tortilla soup, which was really good. And maybe the chicken was just a little too shredded, or there wasn't like enough. It almost maybe been better with like a cube kind of chicken. I remember that. It's been a while since we had that. But my grandpa and my mom and my brother all came up to eat it, and then we went to Jurassic Park, but we had none left. It was completely gone. So they must have enjoyed it. And then we just put like chips, cheese, and all the fixings on the top. I think I got a little bit, forgot to record a little bit in the chaos, so I'll just give you a little review now. So today we are cooking a chili from the cookbook. I've cooked so many chilies. Turkey chilies, pork chili, well, maybe not a pork. Maybe a ground pork turkey, a veggie, ground beef, all veggies, no meat. But this is a chili and it uses a pork roast or a pork butt or a pork shoulder, and it chops it up in cubes, and then you like fry it or cook it on the stove, and then you put like flour on it and stuff. I've never done that before, so we're going to learn together today. I'm going to show you the recipe and my ingredients, and then I have to cut up the chilies I had to get the I'll show you. And then we should be able to get going with the meat and all that fun stuff. So let's get to it. I have the oven getting ready for some Famous Dave's cornbread muffins. These are just from a box mix, and I've made those before and they're pretty good. It's supposed to make 12, but I must have filled it too full. So whatever. Hi Nick, I'm recording. So here is my ingredients. A 21-ounce can of green chili pepper strips. You need jalapenos, onions, tomatoes, so on and so forth. And then like today we're going to do it in the large kettle. You got to brown it and then you add everything. And then for serving day it just says thaw completely and simmer. It says the vegetable shortening produces a smoother consistency than the canola oil. So that's why I got the shortening. We will more than likely not be freezing any depending on how much we have and how much leftovers we want to eat. So I'm going to show you my ingredients. Well, of course, you know what seasonings look like. Ironically, they're all Walmart ones today. So these are what I got. Hatch green whole chilies. It is a 27-ounce can, so I'm going to cut these into strips. It says in a large bowl, mix chilies, peppers, onions, tomato, herbs, and spices. Oregano must be the herbs. Whatever. That's funny. Anyways, so it says I'm supposed to, I could do it in a blender, which is not happening. So I'll probably just use my like meat masher thing I have. I don't mind a chunky kind of chili. So there's the peppers. I could probably put them in my chopper and do them and then they would be even a little softer. But it doesn't say anything about like all the juices in there or anything on any of these. So, well, the tomatoes say drained, but nothing about the chilies or the jalapenos. Well, it looks like it's browning up. It's still not completely browned or cooked through. And then after I do this, then I gotta put the flour on it and then cook until the flour is brown. So I've never really done that before. And I've never cooked roast in little chunks in a bowl of shortening. So it's a first for everything today. And I wanted to show you, this is how I did the chilies, and it looks like a shit ton. Like that looks like a heck of a lot of chilies. So, I don't know. Might add like half of them and then see where we're at, because I mean, I like a pepper, but I don't know. And I can freeze the other half for something else, but this, and I'm pretty sure it's 27 ounces because I started weighing in and it was, you know, gonna be 27, but that's a lot of chilies. Don't know if that whole can, so I'm curious as to what it looks like. Oh. Well, I'm stupid. I was supposed to mush all the veggies and spices in a different separate bowl. Oh my god. Oh, good God. Should have done that an hour ago. Feels like. Okay. Well, we're going to have to do a little musha here. Because I got some seriously large tomatoes. I feel like such an idiot. This is definitely not going to turn out the way, oh my God, it's supposed to. Ooh, I don't want to munch all the meat up. I also don't want big chunks of chilies. I have one more quart of water to put in here, and then I got to bring it to a boil. It says in large bowl mix. Well, I'm going to pour the other quart of, definitely not adding those other chili peppers. Oh, I'm so mad. So I'm going to get this simmering, and then it has to cook for 25 minutes, and then we'll see how it is from there. Here is what my New Mexico style green chili looks like. Nick thinks it looks like bean and ham soup, and Oliver thinks it looks like a nacho cheese dip or broccoli soup. There's no cheese in it, but I see the cheesiness. And I've smush my veggies a few more times, so hopefully everything's nice and soft and good, and we will let you know how. Okay, well, we are done with the chili, the New Mexico style green chili, and if that's how people in New Mexico eat their chili, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I didn't like puree the veggies that it wasn't like flavorful, but it literally tasted like a flour roux with a little tomato and green chili and jalapeno. It was not good. Did not have a good consistency. It was just nah. So it is in the trash because if we don't like something, we're not going to eat it. So that was kind of a waste. So I do not recommend this recipe unless you know how to make a chili like this and it's really good. So, but if you are watching this and are thinking about it, I would do, I don't know, I would research another type of chili like this. But the meat did cook up fine. That wasn't hard. It just was, I mean, it just had heat. It didn't have any flavor. So Ollie put a little cheese in it. He said that was a little better, but otherwise not so much. So we basically ate a little bit of chili and a lot of corn muffins. What? What? Look, is that you? Are you? Did you like the chili? Say no, I just ate cornbread. I just like corn muffins, right? Yeah. Guess she wants to be up. Well, anyways, this is the last recipe. So 2 out of 3, not bad. Or 1.5. I think I kind of half like the chicken tortilla soup. But I love those Sassy Joes. I make those all the time. We've had those a couple times since I made them. You can't claw at me then. You gotta let me talk. Princess. That is everything for Don't Panic Dinners in the Freezer. Another one I like out of those 2 books is the manicotti. That does take a little bit to make, so I don't usually make it a lot. But otherwise, that is all. So, hope you got some ideas or not ideas for dinner if you were considering things. And
we maybe should call the last recipe Panic Dinners in the Garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was cooking it, Oliver kept going, oh, it looks so good, looks so good. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. So, yes, so. But otherwise, they've been good. The ones that I have a few favorites. I've tried, been about half and half with that. For a good one I find one I don't like. So, it's just kind of one of those things. But it is fun. Or nice to do like a full day of like cooking and then just have things in the freezer. I haven't done that in quite a while, but it is kind of a fun day. Usually Nick would participate in the day. That's all I got for you. So hit that, I always say so too many times. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.